Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to join us. We are really excited to meet you this afternoon and share a little bit of the MGT story. Before I jump into my song and dance, I'm joined here by Annalise. And Annalise, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello, folks. My name is Annalise, and I work in partner success here at MGT Insurance. So, as you get started here at MGT Insurance, should you need any help with quoting, understanding our appetite, or just want to get to know the MGT team more, I'm a great resource for you folks. And we've actually just had our head of partnership success join us, Allie.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's so nice to meet you. We just really look forward to working with you. So thanks for taking the time to be here.
Yes, this is, I would say, hopefully I can speak for the team here, but this is our favorite 20 to 30 minutes out of the week. This is where we really get to meet with and talk directly to the folks who are the most interested in learning about MGT, finding opportunities to work together. And for us, that's the type of person that we like to talk to the most. Um, we'll just get things started. We'll kind of jump in for the basics. Who is MGT? What do we do? We'll run through a quick demo of the platform. And along the way, if you have any questions, please feel welcome to share those. There's a Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen. Should be probably right around here. There's also the chat box, and you can use whichever one's easiest for you to reach out. I always invite people to try and stump me. I don't think it's happened yet, but maybe you'll be the first one. And so, if you've got any tough questions along the way, please shoot them in. So, just starting at the top, who is MGT? What do we do? MGT is an A-minus rated carrier. We write on our own paper. We stand behind the risk that we underwrite through our online platform. All submissions go in through the online platform, and we'll walk through exactly what that looks like in just a couple minutes here. And the way that we're built is really just to streamline and make things easier. So when you do submit through the platform, what you'll get back is a fully bindable quote. We're not going to come back and ask for accords. We're not going to come back and ask you to do 45 pages of supplemental apps. Once you do get that quote back, you don't have to do 3 days of back and forth emails with an underwriter to firm things up. All it takes to get it over the finish line is payment information. And as soon as that payment goes through, the policy's bound, it's issued. Within about 60 seconds, you'll have access to all the paperwork. So if you have anyone who's waiting on proof of insurance, you can shoot it over to them and then move on to the next thing on your to-do list. So as far as our appetite, the type of risks that would be a good fit with MGT, keep us in mind for risks like offices. We do both professional and medical offices. We write a lot of different retail store classes. Like, those are actually really strong performers as well. And for the retail stores, for most of the same goods, we can also support wholesalers and distributors of those goods. We'll write your barber shops, your beauty parlors, nail salons, bakeries, grocery stores, convenience stores, liquor stores. Restaurants is actually very popular. We get a lot of interest, and I think we're very competitive and have a pretty broad appetite for restaurants as well. Just in general, we are targeting small businesses. And for us, that means up to 3 million in revenue for most risks, up to 5 million revenue for office risks. We do have capacity for up to 2 million total insured value per location, and we support up to 4 locations per policy. I think that gives you a little more flexibility than you might typically find with small business markets where most are going to have 2 million capacity per policy, maybe three, but we actually theoretically could do up to eight per policy. So a lot of flexibility there. We just want to help you capture what's going to land on your desk. New ventures are eligible. Businesses with claims history can be eligible. Businesses with coverage lapses or no prior insurance are eligible. If there are coverage lapses or no prior, we might need a statement of no loss just to confirm that, there haven't been any losses. And let's see, I think that's really the highlights. There's definitely a lot of kind of nuance to our appetite, but I think overall you'll find that it's pretty consistent industry to industry, class to class, which makes it intuitive and easy to understand when you have a risk that lands on your desk. Will this fit with MGT or not? So let me go ahead. I will share my screen now. And I always like to start off actually on our just main website in the appetite page. And I would suggest for anyone on this call, go in and bookmark this page if you have a minute. Our appetite is just constantly growing. If we had had this conversation this time last year, we were writing about 95 classes of business. Today, it's closer to 300. So a lot of PDFs full of appetite info that I've sent out along the intermedium there are out of date now. But through through our website, you can stay up to date because we will update this as soon as new changes come in. You can also, in this section, access Amy, our AI appetite chatbot. Amy is a really great resource, and I have actually seen, I've logged in the morning and seen agents who are in our platform at 3 a.m. quoting and binding business. And I love that that's something that they can do. It's always really, impressive and inspirational, even when I see someone who's going, maybe even more than an extra mile to help protect the businesses in their community by getting logged in and, processing business at that hour. But I will say, if you were to call me with an appetite question at 3 a.m., yeah, probably not going to get a good answer. Amy, on the other hand, is available for you 24/7, 365. You don't even have to get logged in. And you can say, would you write a sandwich shop in, let's just say, Philadelphia? Amy understands that a sandwich shop is a type of deli, which is a type of restaurant. She knows where Philadelphia is and that we do have appetite in Pennsylvania. And so she can come back and get you a pretty quick answer for some of those easier questions that come up. And if you want to talk to a person or have a little bit more nuance to share, run into any technical issues, just need some general guidance, you'll see in the bottom of this page, and actually any other MGT page, including our platform, you can use this chat service, the icons in the bottom right corner, to correspond with our team through instant message as well. So we want to meet you where you're at. You've got help over the phone, by email, or instant message. So before I jump into the demo, quick little backstory here. I may have taken the parking spot of one of our engineers a week ago, and so our demo platform is down right now. Just coincidentally, I'm sure. Please don't tell them that I shared this story. So I'm gonna run through. This is not our actual platform, but I did want to give you a good insight into what that process will look like. So we'll click through here together. When you first get logged in, it'll take you into your dashboard. Through the dashboard, you can start new quotes. You can also manage quotes you and your team have been working on. And there's a policies tab where you can access some self-service features that policyholders also have access to. So we'll click through this a little bit. Once you put in the class of business and the address, it'll take you into this page. And in this page, we'll start to ask some questions to clarify the type of coverage that we'll offer. And then you'll also see a street view of the location being quoted. That's a great opportunity to, first off, just validate the address, make sure it's correct, no typos. You can also do a little frontline underwriting that way if you want to check out the sidewalk and parking lots, make sure there's no dynamite factories next door. We'll ask if they need to insure any buildings. If they do, there are a couple follow-up questions, which sometimes do disqualify risks. If, for example, there are multiple occupancies, we wouldn't be a great fit on the building. But because that comes up so frequently, We wanted to tell you that as soon as we know it so that you can at least get a quick answer, even if that answer is no, and just makes it easy to pivot and work on a plan B. So we'll answer a couple of those questions to get started, and then we'll begin our quote, just entering in some basic information about the business. This should feel pretty familiar. It's going to be things like their name, their phone number, gross sales, little information about the business owner. So we'll enter some of that. In the next page, you'll set the effective date. We'll answer a couple questions about their insurance history, a couple more questions about the organization, like how many employees they have and when it was founded. And then that's it to step one. Step two is where you'll find all of our eligibility questions. And one thing I always love to highlight about that page is it's populated based on the actual class of business that you're submitting. It's only going to ask you what's relevant to that risk. And, I think a lot of times people expect, oh, the eligibility section, it's going to be like 25 yes, no, double negative phrased questions. But ours is really clear. It's the kind of thing that you could just have a normal conversation over the phone or in an office and go through with a business owner. And typically you'll have anywhere from 4 to maybe at most 7 questions in this section. In the third step, we'll add location information. And one thing you'll see here is the primary use of building number 1 right at the top. I do see sometimes that people will start out a submission and they'll say in that first page, yes, we need building limits. And then by the time they make it here to page 3 and start entering in that location information, turns out it's actually a rental unit. You can actually click in this top drop-down box and select business personal property only if that happens to you. So you don't have to restart that submission. The rest of it's going to be pretty straightforward. How big is it? What's it made out of? When was it built? What's the roof look like? A couple questions about what's going on inside. And then we do have a built-in replacement cost estimate as well. The replacement cost, I know estimating that can sometimes be a little bit more of an art than a science. Ours is a free entry text box. So if, ours is suggesting 600,000 and your insured really wants to go with 400,000, you can enter in anything that you want to in that box. If it's too far outside of our allowed variance, it may refer just to give us a chance to get in touch with the risk and make sure we're rating it correctly and we're comfortable with it. Once we've got all the building information added, then you can add in some optional coverages. And the coverages in this list are also populating based on the specific risk that you're working on. So it's only going to show you coverages that are eligible and available. We always want to give you quotes that you can stand behind. So all along the way, anytime there are coverage options, deductible options, sublimits, those are always bindable options. Once you've got all the optional coverages added, then you'll click see your quote, and then that'll take you into this page where you can review terms. We've got pricing available either in quarterly installments, which you'll see here, or one annual payment. For annual payments, there are credits available. I think this one was actually, it just came out to minimum premium, so no credits on the minimum premium. But once it's over that level, you'll see another line right below that to share how much that annual payment credit is. The rest of this page, I'm sure, looks very familiar to anyone on this call. You've probably seen pages that look like this a million times where you set all your deductibles, set all your sublimits, and again, it's only going to show you bindable options. So once you've got everything dialed in, the next step is to collect payment. You'll have an option, you can see here, send a prospect or purchase now. If you click send a prospect, it will just ask you to confirm their email address, and then it'll send them a secure payment link that they can use to make payment. I actually hear from a lot of agents that that is their favorite part and their favorite feature of our platform because it works really well into their workflows. It gets around that whole objection of people who don't want to share their credit card info over the phone. And so it's just really convenient, I think, for everybody involved in the process. And then once they click that link, or if you're collecting their payment information live, the rest of the process is super straightforward. Just select annual or quarterly, e-check, credit, or debit. We do accept all major credit cards. And then enter in that payment information. Auto pay, you'll see here, is automatically selected. You can always uncheck that box and unselect it, but we do recommend keeping it on because it definitely does help retention when auto pay is turned on. You'll confirm some contact information and then bind the policy. Once that's bound, you'll see this page just to let you know that it's been submitted for processing. We will send a welcome email to the new policyholder that will have for them an invitation to create an account on the platform so they can access some of the self-service features that are available. And then again, within about 60 to 90 seconds, you and the policyholder will have full access to all the policy docs. You can create certificates, you can download declarations pages, you can download the full policy jacket. All that is available to you in the self-service part of the platform. And so that's really it. I think it always takes a little bit longer when I am kind of narrating along the way, even when we're doing that super fast kind of click through demo version. But some of my favorite statistics to share are that typically quotes are completed in 6 to 8 minutes. And that is a fully bindable quote you get back at the end. As you saw, to get it over the finish line is a pretty quick process too. And that's why over 80% of our policies have gone from logging in to start the quote to bound and issued in 10 minutes or less. And so I'm going to take a break here and grab some water and turn it over to Annalise to talk about some of our recent wins.
Alrighty, folks, just took myself off mute. So this is our recent wins of all the things that we bound in the month of September. So you'll see here at MGT Insurance, we do have kind of a robust appetite. It might seem a little bit limited, but when you get into the nuances of it, you'll see that our medical offices have a lot of options. We see here that we bound a chiropractor, which will fall under medical offices, but we also did a neurological office recently. They also had some sort of machinery that they use to do testing. So within our medical office field, we do have a lot of options there. Like Dan mentioned, we also do distributors. So this month in Indiana, we did a distributor of janitorial supplies, which is an interesting one to come through. That agent came through, bound it, and quoted it and bound it in the same day. So we do have that option to quote and bind in the same day with effective date as soon as the next following day. And the last thing I wanted to touch on was our convenience and gas. So we do have convenience and gas coverage here at MGT Insurance. The only nuance is since we write on ISO forms, that convenience store needs to be at least 3,000 square feet. But if you have that convenience store, you own the building, you can also include pumps and canopies within our gas and convenience store exposure. Last thing is restaurants. We have a vast majority of restaurants at MGT. Could be things such as a pho restaurant, a barbecue restaurant, pizzeria, coffee shop, ice cream shops. So a lot of options in the food retail space. So if you guys have any questions about our appetite, definitely use our appetite agent, Amy, or you can get in contact with any of us. The next thing I just want to share here with you folks is our contact information. So if you need to get in contact with our team, our chat support is going to be the quickest and most effective way to get with us. If it's the weekend, the first thing we do on Monday in the service team is we check all of those chats, making sure we're getting back to our agents. If you need support via email, you can utilize support at mgtinsurance.com. And then if you need to get in touch with underwriting, maybe you've done a submission, you want to get that expedited, you can email underwriting at mgtinsurance.com. We also have a phone number right down there. You can utilize that phone number, but the quickest way is going to be via chat or email where we can assist you folks. So we really enjoy you guys joining us for our demo today and very excited to see the activity here at MGT Insurance.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I think you'll all find as soon as you get logged in and start running quotes, it's really, really easy, really straightforward, intuitive are words that I hear a lot when I talk to people about their first submission. But you do have a whole team that's here to support you. We know that we can only win when you win, and we want to set you up for success every single day. So thank you all for taking some time for us this afternoon. Really great to connect with you. Really appreciate your time. I know this is a busy time of year. Thank you so much for taking some time for us. I hope that we can be a valued partner to you, help you support the businesses in your community, and make your life a little easier along the way.
Awesome. Thanks, folks. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.